It's hard to believe we're only 2 weeks into the NBA season with all the crazy things that have already happened. And the night after Blake Griffin smashed his way to 50 points in the game winner for the Pistons, Steph Curry wanted to remind everyone that he's still around and that, well, you'd better guard him. While much has been made about the incredible increase in scoring across the league, the new adjustments to the rules this year didn't have much effect on how Steph got his shots last night. These were the old-fashioned 2015-16 unanimous MVP season kind of shots. And boy, was it a thrilling ride. We know Steph focused his offseason training on improving his shooting, believe it or not, as his trainer told me on my podcast recently.
You know, one of the things that we continued to work on this year, and believe it or not, was becoming a more balanced shooter, in different footwork situations.
So let's examine what happened last night and how Curry continually found himself open enough to squeeze off floater after jump shot after three-pointer in an ever-increasing and dizzying array of skill and difficulty. It didn't take long for Curry to get hot, and just check his first quarter numbers. You let him go off like this early, you're probably in for a long night. A difference in the Warriors' offense this year is how often we're seeing Curry screen for Durant. Curry lays good wood and it forces the switch, getting a mismatch. When nothing materializes against Porter, they force another switch with the ball screen, and Curry just gallops backwards and hops into a twisting in-the-air 25-footer, and the net doesn't even move. The staple of the Warriors' offense since Steve Kerr took over is the low-post split, and normally we see Klay set a screen for Curry, and he'd cut on the high side to find an opening. This time, he senses an opening in front of John Wall. Damian Jones needs only to drop the ball off, and it's an off-foot layup before Wall can react. Give credit to the Wizards for hanging in for a lot of this game, scoring a ton of points in an effort to keep up. That said, Austin Rivers is supposed to be guarding Curry, but for some reason, Jeff Green had been wandering over there, so Rivers defers. Here's a quick hint. You cannot pick up Curry with your feet below the three-point line. A simple right foot jab step and hard lefty dribble gets Green on his heels, and because he's going left, Curry's shooting hip and elbow are already aligned to the basket, and the time between gathering and releasing is about half a second. He even gets bumped a little, and the ball still drops through. To score so many points so quickly, you need to rely a bit on bad defense. And here's an example. In transition, Austin Rivers is supposed to be back guarding Steph. There is no gray area here. Curry is his man and his man alone. But just watch what he does. Rather, what he doesn't do. By this point, Curry is smoking molten lava hot from downtown, and now they're just letting him shoot. Next time down, Rivers picks him up earlier, but that jump shot threat is so profound, a simple crossover gets Curry right by him. With no rim protection due to injuries, Jeff Green just stands there and waits with a half-hearted attempt to contest this floater, and Curry just rains it down on his head. This time, it felt like the Wizards were going to pay more attention to him when Wall picks him up and Green kinda sorta doubles him. But then, Curry uses a Jedi mind trick, telling them he is not the droid they're looking for. And he gets a clean look from about 35 feet, and that shot was better than either Phantom Menace or Attack of the Clones. It's Sadaransky's turn in the blender, and remember, once you let Curry go Super Saiyan, it doesn't matter what you do on defense. Check the combo, behind the back into an attack dribble, slam on the brakes with the right foot and just step back. Not a bad contest, but it just doesn't matter. But what does matter is how you can use all your basketball knowledge to win money, and there's no better place to get in on the action than DraftKings. With their one-day fantasy contests, all you have to do is pick your 8 players and stay under the $50,000 salary cap. You'll earn points for every point, assist, block, rebound, and more. And with over $400 million being given away this season, you had better download their app or go to DraftKings.com, enter my code LAKERS, and get a free contest with your first deposit of $5 or more. There are a few restrictions, so check DraftKings.com for more details. On the baseline out of bounds, they run a simple floppy set and it gets blown up when the Wizards switch the screen. But Curry never stops moving, turning this into a low post split, and when Jeff Green is slow to react to the switch, Curry hits him with a step back shot fake into the lane and another teardrop floater. The Wizards' defense has been bad all year, even in a small sample size, and this one was a doozy. They try Porter on Curry, and just watch what a simple slip of a back screen by Clay does. I imagine they want to switch everything, but Wall goes with the cutter too, perhaps not wanting any part of Curry. There's nothing Beal could do except leave his feet, force Curry to put the ball down, and he even gets a second swipe from behind. But, did I say this already? It just doesn't matter. Curry's trainer Brandon Payne also told me he was working a lot on back-to-the-basket shooting.
We also put his back to the basket a little bit, and not meaning that we put him in the post or anything like that, but we put him in situations where there's certain cuts and there's certain things they do within their offense where he will sometimes catch the ball with his back to the rim. So we put him in a lot of awkward footwork positions to force him to learn how to play and learn how to use his balance, starting by not facing the rim.
So Curry got to show off a little of his post moves with this and one turnaround on John Wall, who already looks demoralized, while the bench is hyped. Sometimes a halftime is enough to cool down a player after he sits a bit, gets a little cold. And when he misses this little jumper from 14 feet, I wondered a bit. But last night, he seemed to simply have a magnet for the ball and wizard repellent for his defenders. On this play, I started to think there were forces greater than we can imagine at work. As he blows the alley-oop pass, great effort by Beal to break it up, but the ball bounces right to him. He finds himself in the corner, gets the shot off, isn't allowed to land, and still makes the basket. Just watch it again because it's hard to believe this play even happened. Watch Curry after he gives the ball up to the short roll. It's almost as if he knows ahead of time he's going to get the shot, so he sprints over to the weak side corner. He is able to process in real time that 1, Andre would probably miss the shot, 2, most corner misses bounce long, and 3, Looney was in decent position for the rebound. All of these things happened exactly as he had foreseen it, and all I can say is the force is strong with this one. The game was getting a bit out of hand, and I'm sure Curry was sensing a long rest on the bench soon, so it was time to test out just how hot he was. At the hash mark, having caught the ball not even facing the basket, he just plants and fires over Wall, and of course that one went in. Even Curry couldn't believe what he was doing, as he treats us to the Michael Jordan shrug. And to seal in his practice, he pushes the ball. Rivers is in pretty good position, but check the hop going to the right, then the in-air rotation to achieve proper alignment with his right hip and right elbow on release. This kind of contest does nothing to Curry, as Rivers' hand is below chin level, and that ball drops through as clean as a baby's bottom after a bath. This season has already been totally enthralling, filled with highlights galore, and I would strap yourselves in, sports fans, because something tells me this isn't the last time we're going to see Curry go on a run at the all-time single-game scoring mark. You in? Sports fans, make sure to hit the subscribe button and adjust your settings so you can get notified immediately when we drop another great NBA video. Let us know how you feel with a thumbs up and a comment. After all, at BBallBreakdown, we're not a channel, we're a conversation. You in?